I'm just outside. It's super nice, and we are trying to soak up the last of summer before homeschool starts and co-ops and all the activities of fall. So we've been trying to soak up our time outside, and so that's where I'm filming today. But so if you hear the kids in the background, that's they're playing baseball on their t-ball sets. But I did just want to come and talk about something that's kind of been laid on my heart, because I know that I'm struggling with it. So my goal this year, I really wanted to read through my Bible, my whole Bible this year. That was my goal, to like read it in 1 year. You know, you see all those 1-year plans and they make it seem so easy. And I was like, yep, that's what I'm going to do. My goal this year is going to be to read my Bible all the way through. And so that was my like New Year's goal. And so that was the goal, and everyone has those, 1-year plans. I was like, I can totally do that. It's going to be great. And my reason for wanting to read it all the way through wasn't to just have this like, oh, I read it through in a year, but also like I felt a bit like I didn't know enough. Like I was on fire for God. I was praying and whatnot, but I was like, there's a lot of things that people talk about. I was like, I don't understand. I don't know. And I grew up a Christian, but I never deep dived into the Bible. Never. And so that was my goal, and that's what I wanted. I really wanted to know a lot more about the Bible and more of the stories and more of the knowledge that everybody else seems to have. And I felt a little bit behind. And so that was my reason for it. I just really wanted to know more. And so I'm going through it. And I know that it's taking me a bit longer. I was like, I think it's still doable. And it's now the end of August. And I am in Isaiah. And I don't even think I could tell you how long I've been in Isaiah. I've been in Isaiah for months. Months I have been in Isaiah. And for a while, I was really struggling with that. I was like, I have been in Isaiah for so long, and I cannot seem to go fast enough to be able to keep up. And so the more I was in Isaiah, the more I was falling behind on my 1-year plan. And I was getting very frustrated about it. And VBS, we had VBS at the end of July, beginning of August. And so I had taken a pause the week before and the week of from Isaiah, and I was just doing this big deep dive into the lessons that we were learning for VBS. And so I took this break, and by the time VBS was ending, and I was it had been so long since I had been back in Isaiah, and I honestly missed it, which was crazy because I had been so frustrated with it. And I was like, I just didn't feel like I was getting enough, and I was really struggling. And so finally I was missing it, and I got back in. And one thing that I realized is Isaiah is this point in the Bible that really takes you everywhere in the Bible. And so even though I wasn't far enough that I wanted to be, I wasn't as far as I wanted to be in the Bible, I was learning so much from everywhere in the Bible. It was all connected to Isaiah. And so that was something that I had to learn. And then also just learning the patience of, I didn't have to speed through it. I was learning so much, and it was so much things that I needed to hear and I needed to learn in my personal life. And so anyone else that is really struggling for the year, and your goal was to read the Bible in a year, and you might be stuck in a different place in the Bible, and it's taking you so long, and you can only get through 2 verses a day because there's just so much information jam-packed into those 2 verses. If that's you, I am there too. I'm still in Isaiah. I'm still trucking along. And one thing that I've learned is that I'm where I'm supposed to be in the Bible. and that's God's plan. And so his plan is better than my plan, and my plan was to read it in a year, but God's plan was to fill me up with knowledge, and I have learned way more than I anticipated. So just know that you're not alone.